the Seattle Seahawks. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Sometimes in the run game you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. It's Eckler again. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Jones. This one is Slayton over the middle. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Jones has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
Well, let's talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
And Eckler will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack going to stop him short of the first down. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Eckler. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
You get the fourth down conversion, and then you look up and you see a flag.
I'm just holding my head in my hands right now because I know the head coach is doing exactly the same thing. It all went into getting it on fourth down, and that gets wiped out.
On 1st and 10, Jones.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
The 40, the 30, 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, just an excellent play there by the defense, and not only pick it but take it back, because Charles looked like they were in a groove passing the football, several completions until that mistake.
They certainly did appear to be locked in, and when now this offense is moving along, I know we certainly didn't expect to see a pick to end the series. Whatever the cause was, maybe they tipped one of those scripted plays, maybe the defender just made a great read. It has certainly quickly changed the tone of this one.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
From the 29, Jones trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Joe Mixon
With touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm. And right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Once more, here's Eckler. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. He's airing it out for Williams. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Jones throw brought in by Bellinger. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Throwing on 1st down. Jones. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now a handoff up the middle. Carroll. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Off the play fake. Jones. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago.
Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Strike. Check. 52 blaster.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And some room to work. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to get the football back at their own 17. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones.
They'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down. Off the play fake. Jones. That ball caught by Slayton. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground. He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. The Seahawks at 5-4 now on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Jamar Chase
from 21 yards away.
And the Seahawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Santos with the extra point. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first. And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game.
Well, I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Santos' kick is up and through, and the route is on. It's 24-0. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points. But that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something.
Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
He's got his tight end McBride on the out route. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now, light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
On 2nd down, it's Hess.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. He'll drop to throw. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Ball on the 8, it's 2nd and 4.
Go.
Looking to throw.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Mixon will get it to start the second half. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. But pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton with career touchdown number 75. And the Giants take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Let's go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And Diggs has it.
one thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Right, 97. Mega.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. To Mixon on the check down. And he nearly got the 1st himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
But I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
They find some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. I love those plays. 4th and 1, that's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Back to throw again.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 36. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try and run the option left side. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
They'll set up to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it. Pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Jones now. Off play action. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away.
It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Now back to throw. He sets to fire deep.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left.
And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Ja'Marr Chase
with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game.
And the Seahawks will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive, they had the issue.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And some room to run now.
Inside the 20.
And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Santos now to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Seahawks are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters?
He's got a man, complete, touchdown.
Ja'Marr Chase
with a milestone, career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list.
And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off play action. Jones. He's got a man. Complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Jones sliding out of the pocket. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Off play action. Jones. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carroll. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Off the bootleg. Jones. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the up.
And now here's another interception.
Derek Stingley picks it, and the Seahawks force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to...
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. He's airing it out for Williams. And this one is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jones. He's airing it out for Williams.
And, that would get a right up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort, at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They'll start out here with the option left. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 10 yards on the keeper. That'll lead to a 2nd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown.
Ja'Marr Chase,
27 yards.
and the Seahawks are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Santos with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And my goodness, another interception.
Derek Stingley picks it. And the Seahawks will take over possession here up at the 44.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. Guys, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation...
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 50 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball.
And now here's another interception.
I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, it's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot.
No.
No, okay.
Ready.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked 2. Instead, it's 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds they've had. And, my goodness, another interception. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, the killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete.
Down inside the 10.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Throwing Jones. And now here's another interception. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Now Jones. He's going to let it fly. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. That one looks like he'll throw here.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. 4th down now after a loss of 2. So the victory here for Seattle. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Seahawks, it's an